A new product today arrived. Why don't we take a look inside? It's just a ceiling fan meant for outside. We have a whole bunch of random pieces. Let's go over it. This looks like the mount, so this will attach to your ceiling, or at least to the place where you're going to mount it. This is meant for outside, so this can be mounted anywhere. Here is our lovely fan blade, so you can get an idea for the width of this. And here is one outside portion of the frame. So there are 3 portions of the frame, 1, 2, and 3, and we have the blade here. So we're gonna put these together, and we're gonna get a moderately well put together frame and fan. I don't claim to be an expert in putting together fans, so let's just get that all done. We have some hardware here for attaching stuff, and we have a remote here for turning on stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We have a whole bunch of different buttons here. So let me get to unpacking and putting together, and you'll see exactly what it looks like. There is some paperwork here that I could be using as instructions. All right, perfect. I know everything now. There's nothing I don't know. Let's get started. I've screwed in all the proper holes, and would you look at that rim job? No one ever's done a better thing than that. Look at that rim. This is not the spinny part. But we do have all these brackets properly screwed in together. All of the frame pieces are nice and aligned. We have our wires going to the middle. All of these will be going into here. So we have our main electronic component here. We have our hanging wire here. Gorgeous. And we have where we plug in all those wires from the frame from before. There's a whole lot of other stuff you got to do here. You got to unscrew this by here. You got to put this frame up first, and then we're going to be able to attach this. You can't exactly see my ceiling right now though, but let's do the next step, which is somehow combining all of those pieces. Oh, and I did want to mention we have our remote here along with that wall bracket mount that you can just have on the wall so you can grab the remote whenever you want. And we have a whole bunch of buttons here. Looks like we have the numbers for different speeds, fan on and off, all off, whatever, brightness, etc., speed, night mode. I don't know what this button does. All in the instructions. You'll read it, won't you? Just like I read it? You'll read it. All right, let's get to finishing up this frame. Yes, all right, so we got this all mounted, and we screwed in these nuts here just to hold everything in place. So we have our main frame here. Look at that. I had some trouble getting this cap off because this was on here nice and tight. So I had to use a wrench to really remove it like with force, some elbow grease. So make sure you do it the right way. It says tighten and loosen on there, so you'll want to turn it the right way. You'll also notice this pin here, that little metal piece there. So we're gonna align the fan here. This part goes on the outside, and we want to line it up just so that that pin ends up in that little groove there. You see it? All right, so lining that up, and there we go. It's seated properly. Brrr. And now we can screw that back on. Nice and tight. All right, so the next few steps would be to mount this to the ceiling. All right, so we have these pieces here. We're gonna want to seat in here and plug in all these wires. And then, I don't have the proper ceiling space right now, but we have this, and this goes onto the ceiling itself. This is the bracket, and then when you have the fan here, it looks like that, and then it kind of aligns just like that with these slots on the side. And once those are in, like that, you can turn it to lock it in place and screw those down, and making sure that this part is in the middle so that it goes straight up like this. Still a bit of an angle there, since this piece is mounted on one of the sides, not straight up through the middle. So I'm thinking there's got to be some way to make sure that it holds it straight up the center instead of like off angle, kind of like that. So be sure when you're mounting it that it does that. It looks like there might be a hole for it right there. So I might actually just take off this carabiner, slide it through another hole. All right, and once we have that through the hole, still doesn't look wonderful. But you know what? I'm sure the instructions say what to do. And they're all the way on the floor over there. So, all right, we're going to put back on the carabiner and deal with that another time. This is generally what it'll look like when it's mounted from the ceiling. Here's a bottom angle view. Look at that nice rim job. Nice and circular. Nice and springy, nice and plastic. It looks kind of nice. Not too heavy duty. It's quite light. I've done some other demonstrations of fans, so check them out on the channel. And those are some heavy ones. This is a light one. Toss it between your friends. Get it nice and spinny. So this will be on the ceiling. You'll have that remote with different fans. Oop, almost forgot this. You'll want this nice and snug inside there. But for now, let's give it a nice whirl. All right, I'm outside. Time to put the fan up. It's up. I don't actually have a place to put it up outside, so I'm guessing this is gonna have to go up inside, and we're gonna use these light strips to light up the room. But otherwise, you know, this is perfect. Just gotta hang it right there. All right, that'll be it for this video. All I could do is demonstrate the fan and how nice it looks. That's actually a nice look from the bottom. You always get a nice view from the bottom, you know. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. I kind of like this. I'm hoping I can hang it up somewhere, maybe not in this room because I gotta get all my nice background. But it's definitely hot in here, as you can tell. So I'll need a fan in this room just to keep the heat off of me while I'm building these products for you. So check out the channel, give us a like, a subscribe, and comment down below why I'm so sweaty. Was I doing a marathon in between cuts? Like, you never know. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.